Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I am going to discuss about the FFCS. In last two parts, I have given a brief overview of FFCS. In this video, I am going to do a detailed video on FFCS with live timetable making, and I will show how you should select your courses and how you should make your perfect timetable. So, as you all know, FFCS means fully flexible credit system, and in this process, we will be having four steps. First step is wishlist registration. It is like a survey in which VIT gets to know what subject students want to study in the upcoming semester. And the other thing is, or step 2 is course allocation by schools. So first two steps are already done for your batch. They are done by VIT itself because you are the only batch whose FFCS is pending. And now coming on to step 3, you have phase 1 and phase 2 FFCS, in which phase 1 is mainly for core courses and phase 2 is for elective courses. But for now you will be having a limited number of options, so there will be only one phase registrations, and then after the commencement of the winter semester, in 2-3 days you will be having an add and drop option. In this you can add or drop any courses whichever you want to get the minimum credits, that is 16 credits. Now on your screen I have opened a template of a timetable. It is basically the timetable which VIT follows. This timetable is similar for every branch and every year. So you can see here it is from 8 AM in the morning to 1 PM in the afternoon. This is called as morning slot or A1 slot, and the time after lunch, which is from 2 PM to 7 PM or 8 PM, 7 PM. It is the afternoon slot, which is also called as A2 slot. So here you can see the first lectures of morning slot are A1, B1, C1, D1 and E1, and similarly you have A2, B2, C2, D2 and E2 as the first lectures of each day in a week. So you can see labs from L1 to L30 in the morning slot and labs from L31 to L60 in the afternoon slot. So you have to select accordingly, and if you select a A1 slot in the morning, then all the A1s in the morning will be filled with that subject. For example, if you take a subject with A1 in the morning slot, then you will have a first lecture on Monday, then you will have second lecture on Wednesday, and you will have uh, third lecture on Friday, depending on if you have TA1 component in it or not. So in this way timetable is made in VIT. But before making the timetable, you should have basic things which are required for making a timetable. That is, you should have a course allocation list. So here I am showing you a course allocation list from last FFCS. So this is a course allocation list. In this list you will find course code, course title, course, class ID, room number, slot and the employee ID who is teaching that course. So here you can see there are multiple courses available because it is the FFCS of all 3 years. So it is a big PDF, but for you, you have a limited number of courses. The course allocation list is given to you on your mails. You can go and check out your mails. Here you can see there are subjects available in different slots with different faculties. So you have to choose a faculty from these faculties. Here for example, for lean startup management, you have around 20 faculties in which you can choose any faculty and then you can study this subject under this faculty. So you have to wisely see which slot you can book from this according to the availability of the faculty, and then you have to put that slot in the timetable. So what I was discussing in the video is that you should fix a slot for a subject. So I will take the same example of lean startup management. Don't go on the subject, just focus on what things I am doing. So here for lean startup management there are more than 20 slots available, but if you see carefully, maximum slots are E1 and E2. Then what you can do is you can give lean startup management E slot. So you can opt this subject in E slot. In similar ways, you can list out the subjects you want to study in this semester and then define a slot for that subject. This will make the process a lot easier, and then in even slot you have multiple options and you can choose from that options and take best faculty according to the availability. In this way you can make a perfect timetable. But what I suggest is, if you are choosing even slot, then take all the theories in even slot and take all labs from L31 to L60. That means if you are choosing theory in morning slot from A1 to G1, then choose all the labs in L31 to L60, so you avoid the clashes of unnecessary theory and labs at same time, which is not possible, and FFCS portal won't allow you to take courses in such way. So, if you want to take theory in morning, then take labs in afternoon from L31 to L60. Or if you want theory in afternoon, then take labs from L31 to L1 to L30. So now, as we have discussed all the things and I have told you what to do and what not to do, I will now proceed and show you how to register courses. So here the list is not updated for your semester. I will show a random subject and then we will see how to put that subject in this timetable. For now I am choosing fluids. So as you can see, it is fluid mechanics. uh, Sorry, I want fluid mechanics. Fluids, you can either choose by the name or the number or the subject code. So I have here fluid mechanics. So here you can see I have A1 slots and A2 slots, and I have a B2 slot available. So what I will do, I will try to take it in A1 slot. Okay, here goes the A1 slot. After choosing this slot, I will do add course here, and then I will select the lab of similar same faculty. Here you can see for A1 slot the labs are in afternoon shift, and for A2 slot the labs are in morning slot. So I would prefer taking same faculty's lab, as it will be helpful for me. So I will take L3738. So here you can see the subject fluid mechanics is filled in my timetable, and on these green highlighted parts I will be having lectures of that subject, and here in L37 and 38 I have the lab of that subject. So here what I was talking, if you take something in morning slot and the lab in afternoon slot, so you shouldn't go for any other subject in the afternoon slot. For example, if you take B2 slot for theory in other subject with A1 slot in theory for fluid mechanics, then it will be a clash here, and even it will be a clash in G2 slot. So make a timetable in this way that you don't clash subjects, that is two subjects don't come at a similar time. For example, I will show taking a B2 slot here. So here I have a B2 slot available, so I will try adding this B2 slot. Don't go on the subject, just focus on the slots for now. I am just showing you what will happen if you take two slots which are clashing. So here I add this subject. So here you can see the highlight has turned into a red color, which is a big no. You should avoid this. So here you can see these two things are clashing. This lab and this theory is clashing. That's why I told you to take theory in one slot and lab in other slot. Don't jumble up the slots. It will make a chaos at the end. So you can cut this B2 from here, and here you can see you have got a perfect timetable. I will try to add another subject. I will be adding MPM, manufacturing. So I will add manufacturing automation. But here you can see it will cause a similar thing. If I choose anything in B2, it will make a clash here. I will need to change the subject if I don't have a option. So for example, I will take this slot. Here I can take E2 slot. Some will say E2 is not clashing, it can be taken, but at some point it will be clashing with some of the things. And here I have taken this slot. So here you can see a nil slot. So this nil slot is for P component, J component. So if you can see EPJ, This is the project component in which you don't have class for the subject. The classes are held at the time of the theory slot only. The only thing is you have to submit a project. You have to submit a project to in order to pass this project component. So at the end of the FFCS, you will get a similar timetable. It will be having all your courses registered, and you can see which course you have registered in which slot and what are the timings for that course. So you can print this timetable at the end of the FFCS. This is FFCS on the Go portal. It is similar to the FFCS portal, but there are some user interface differences. I would be discussing about the user interface differences on 5th of February after the mock FFCS is done. Thank you so much for watching. If you have further doubts on FFCS, you can comment them in the comment section. Thank you.